Alright, YouTube. I have a pre-recorded run of pre-patched Cheese Nightmare 1. So, what I'm trying to say is, this is a little out of date. um, so, the patch adjusted a few things, mainly sound design, a few visual cues, and the health curve, as far as I've noticed in terms of difficulty. So the health, soft cheese, you had 4 hearts. Hard cheese, you have 3. Cheese Nightmare, you had 2. And Cheese Nightmare 2, you had 1. Right? Cheese Nightmare 3, you also had 1 heart, but only 2 morsel slots. So they changed it now. Cheese Nightmare now has 3 hearts, and Cheese Nightmare 2 has 2 hearts. In other words, old Cheese Nightmare was nearly as difficult as Cheese Nightmare 2 now. And I say nearly because keep in mind, the difficulty isn't just the health curve. It is mainly the enemy spawn, honestly. The enemy spawn, which I'm very happy and fine with, is most of the difficulty. Um, this is a little crazy because I personally made a comment about this on the subreddit, saying that I don't believe the game should ever fall below 2 hearts, and apparently now it doesn't, which is crazy. Um, yeah, I just feel like there's so much going on, and yeah, just 1 heart is very, just I don't know, sadistic. Anyways, we start off with Gumsel. If you don't know, there is an option in the settings to make sure every time you retry a run, you start with the same morsel that you chose in the sewer. Okay, so turn that on so you always get Gumsel. These chicken bones, by the way, if you don't know, are for the mouths and eyes in the wall, like that one right there, to take him out. But I don't care about him. I hate this wizard gnome, so I'm going to throw it at him. There's one of those crying cheeses. I'm gonna go ahead and get him. You'll get a free favor for it. Favor is those purple things. So if you see here, there's this little technique. You could always outpace these spikes and use it to your advantage. I just killed the wizard with those spikes. This monkey guy is equally easy to get because, again, you can outpace the spikes, get him on there, so you get another favor. Get the ticket. That is so lucky that it's right there. So I just noticed I didn't buy one of the fuzzies. I'm a dumbass. Anyways, this is one of the worst variants. So I got lucky again because I could just get out of here. That stage fuzzy purple, not purple, pink stuff is not good. Alright, so the Frogger stage, I always get hit at least once. But again, we got lucky, thankfully, so I don't have to deal with that pink sparkly variant stage. It's deadly. I was probably going to die there. So we're going to do this instead. I'm not great. But every time you do the Frogger stage with the bus ticket, there is a card halfway through. So try to make it through. I get hit. There it is. Oh, I dropped a daisy. And I'm definitely not going to go back for it. So there's a card. Now, with the card, once you reach it, you are also at the part where there's a secret passage right here. Wait for that truck, of course, but the passage leads to the lab. There's a handful of secret passages in this game. This is one of them. I think this is the only one I take on this run. They're not necessary, but they are for secrets such as getting the cosmic card shards and toe nuns, I believe. Anyways, I got very lucky here getting Shroomzel right before entering the lab, because as you can see, I could barricade myself in these tight walls with my clones. There's a mini boss or boss, whatever. You have to kill him to open the ladder. That's the poor mouse that they put in this maze. I don't know what kind of terrible experience they did on him, but he's got an eye on his head, his forehead. So there's a ladder. We got that. Um, but since I'm here, I'm gonna look for the shard, just so you guys know what it looks like. Those flies, by the way, are the most dangerous enemy in this whole map. I'm just, again, lucky to have Shroomzel, because if you don't, and say, for example, you had Gumzel, as you would try to shoot the flies, your bullets would just hit the walls before it hit the fly, and the fly would just come and hit you. It's very difficult. So there's a cosmic shard, 1 of 4. So now you know what it looks like. But we're not going to be worried about secrets and stuff like that. We're just trying to successfully complete a Cheese Nightmare run. Which again now is nearly the same as a current Cheese Nightmare 2 run. I'm still kind of surprised by that update. Like, I don't even know. Like, I really do love this game right now. It's been like what I've been playing daily for the past 2 weeks or so since it came out. And I'm not one to complain about difficulty, but just the way the game is designed, 1 heart just seems very unreasonable. You're just at the mercy of RNG so often. So I really, really appreciate this update. Outside the sound design, which you're not going to hear in this video, I will upload another one eventually for the higher difficulties, or just like a modern cheese run 2 or whatever. But yeah, good update. Thank you, devs. Not sure if you go out your way to watch media posted about you guys, but I appreciate it. It is a good update. This game is fun. Anyways, we're gonna make our way out of the lab finally, and thus skipping part 1 entirely. In my opinion, part 1 is the hardest hurdle of the Cheese Nightmare difficulties, because it's just so hard. It's like a dredge to get through the start with like no upgrades or anything. At least when you make it through the bus ticket passage, you get that card right away, so you're guaranteed another morsel, which gives me good leeway and makes me more confident to tackle the next part. And I'll start getting stuff with all the cheese that I accumulated. The thing about this game is you may sometimes feel like skipping stages means like you're not optimizing. However, try to think of it instead as you're saving your cheese up instead of spending it on those floors. You know what I'm saying? That's not entirely true. You know, there's free items you may have missed. But it is what it is. It's a roguelike. You make the best of it. That was bad awareness right there. Embarrassing. I got hit twice. These battles are also now updated. Ooh, Pebzel. Very good utility. Yep, I knew I was gonna take him. So yeah, these mini battles are also updated, so they're not involuntary. Now you get to choose by and again, so good thing we got Pebzel, because this stupid little mini game thing is now instantly easy, which would otherwise be maybe an instant kill for someone. Honestly, like, unless you have like 5 dashes, you're not gonna make it through that part without getting messed up. So Pebzel, dice. I love dices. For those who don't know, Pebzel I believe he's invulnerable to all hazards and even enemy contact when he's at, you know, his max speed or something like that. He's a very interesting utility character. And speaking of utility, we have Hogsel, which I will openly admit I talked bad about my last video. I said he was bad. I was wrong. Hogsel is great. Hogsel has immense amount of utility. There's a lot of parts in the game that you would be happy to have Hogsel. And on the difficulties that allow 3 morsel slots, I'm just always willing to use one of those slots to just hold a Hogsel, honestly. It's just he's that good in utility. And you'll soon learn why the more you play and actually like carry him with you. Because the point is he's invincible. He just runs on a timer. So when there's just absolute havoc or just absurd moments, just bring out the worm, chug along. Anyways, we're gonna chug along the stage here. Clear the ladder, but we want to get one of those. Special, in my opinion, is second best. Crit, I feel like is the best. Then special, then dash. Those are the top 3 easy. Bloody Morde, I love this little mini game. So basically you just have to get to 400 points to get 1 favor, 1,000 if you want to. My pro tip is just be aggressive. When you're not holding the diamonds, throw and kill as much as you can. Get him out the way. These big guys, when you kill them, they always drop the axe item, which you want to pick up. We got 400, so guaranteed at least 1 favor. Remember, I'm trying to be aggressive because if you prioritize the diamonds only, you'll get overwhelmed and for sure lose. If you take too long to get a diamond, though, unfortunately they change the skull, so it's a challenge for sure. I'm at 800, don't quite make this at 1,000. That's fine. We'll take the 1 and move on. Alright, another awful stage variant. A mischievous twinkle in the air. So not only are we getting fairies coming at us, but we have the stage with all the live jellyfish, which is very annoying. We were, however, graced with this easy mini game, or whatever you want to call it. You just gotta keep your distance from what you're trying to shoot because the hidden explosive blocks. But nonetheless, it's a free favor, so we take those. So again, these fairies, sometimes they make you frogs, sometimes they do other things. I'm not sure yet. I believe I start to panic here, yep, and I lose my evolved Gumsel, big L. So I bring out Hogsel for that utility, like I said. Hit up the shop, get free taco for no reason. A glove and the Smugsel lightning dodge, which I don't even have Smugsel. That little punching guy. Anyway, the little punching fist, it just orbits you and punches. We are lucky enough to get Gumsel back, but I need to just get out of here. My Hogsel is spending fast. We will Gonzo, yep. We bust out the pebble. I don't quite understand his mechanics yet. Like I said, he has some level of invulnerability. I don't get it. Here I make a fatal mistake, it looks like, by not giving that heart to Pebsel. Yeah, I don't give it to Pepsi. Goofy. I don't know what's up with me there. I don't know why I did that. And yeah, I lost Pepsi. So I do make a healthy amount of mistakes in this run. I want to admit that. But for that reason, I think, oh my goodness, cheese shoe. Don't ever get that. Cheese shoe is so bad. Cheese shoe is so bad. Anyway, yeah, I make a healthy amount of mistakes, but I think that's for a good example purpose. So it could show that you can still beat a cheese nightmare run, uh, if you slip up here and there. It's still very possible. You just don't lose hope. Some pizza there looking yummy. Alright. So notice I'm trying to keep my distance. I know I'm Gumsel, so I don't have that much range. If I see like more than three enemies, oh, I'm getting hit anyway. I try to back up. This one isn't too bad, honestly. Just be patient and careful. Yep, get that favor, move on. Little mini boss. Get that daisy. I try to wrap this up quick, I believe. A lot going on. By the way, if it hasn't been apparent, I never hold down fire. I always tap shoot. Like with everyone. You know? On the PS5 controller, instead of doing dual stick shooter, I move with the stick and I shoot with the buttons by just rapidly tapping them. That way I could maximize my stamina and I never run out. If you pay attention to my bar, how it constantly jumps. Because if you just hold it down, it spends so quickly. I feel this DPS method is far more consistent and has a bit of a higher damage cap. Sorry, I keep yawning, guys. I'm not bored. I'm just a little tired. I need to just get this out the way, this video. Oh, there's a star jellyfish right there between the spikes. If you guys don't know, when you see these dead jellyfish, that star one has a secret, which you guys can see for yourself. So I shuffled my morbs with a favor, and I got a good result. And here we are at the second boss. I'm very lucky, and I get the crab boss rather than the coconut. The coconut is a pain in the neck. Like, oh, I hate the coconut. Crab, not so bad. Just be a little patient. Thankfully, I have good DPS, so I don't have to be that patient. But, yeah, just always stay backing up. Shoot at it and back up. Looks like this is light work. We wrap it up. No hits. That cheese, XP. More cheese. And let's move on. So these guys, these curse muffles and whatever these face parts, after every boss, they offer you a benefit at the cost of a curse. In my opinion, the only one that's worth it, like with the curse and all, is the mouth one, which makes you choked. Other words, it makes your range shorter, but you have an aura like that does DPS if enemies are close enough. So that frog little building you saw, if you have a frog, it's important, but we don't have one, so we don't worry about it right now. By the way, this little intermission part, I don't really know how to feel about it. Sometimes I want to just immediately skip it because of all the stuff hitting the grass that's going to hit you and deplete your daisies, and there's not a lot. I mean, there is a toe nun. Oh, look at me getting hit, see? There is a toe nun somewhere hidden on the border. Like I said, if you have a Frogzel, that little frog building may be important. Wink, wink. But other than that, yeah, I don't really like that intermission spot. So here we are in the backwoods. Those pink little jellies that keep following you, by the way, they are part of the difficulty curve that I'm talking about. And they are very annoying. Look at that one stuck in the blob. Alright, these doors. Yeah, you gotta be careful. So I really don't like this mini game. And I'm not gonna lie, the only thing worth it is the cheese. Just prioritize the cheese. Don't worry about the targets. I just hit a cheese. So what you do get if you hit all the targets is like a little trophy. That's something you could save for later down the line when you play this game enough and you're actually good. But like, it's nearly impossible to get it. I've only got it for Pebzel. So I usually just prioritize the cheese because it's a lot of free cheese. 25 each one you catch in the air. Now we get a deviled Bamsel. Deviled because we know that because he had the eye on the side of the card. I get hit there, goofy. And I dropped the teddy bear, which set off that door, which beamed me. That was a very unfortunate sequence. And because of that, I'm gonna lose my Bamsel now because the devil. Yep. So this part is a little annoying. This little mini game, whatever you want to call these passages, you have to get these guys to try to shoot you, and then they hit the wall. It's very dangerous, and I get hit, and I lose Pepsi. Again, I make a healthy amount of mistakes, but I make it through. Don't give up. And we're done with that. Get the favor. We move on. The M for Morsels, I think. I don't know. Little mini boss. Gumzel level 2 is my favorite special in the game. All those bubbles are just so good. Make quick work. And we get a Hogsel, baby. Yes, sir. We love that utility. Like I said, I ate my words. I said Hogsel is bad, but now he's good. He really is good. That utility. I just gotta make sure I keep Gumzel alive. Those worm guys are dangerous. I'm kind of trying to farm blue shards right now because I want to retire my Gumsel as soon as possible to get the orb. If you don't know, every time you level one up and then retire them, they will drop an orb that orbits you. And every time you use your special, you use that guy's special. So this thing always offers cheese god mode, which basically turns your money into a clock, your cheese into a clock, but you're invincible. I have died due to the time duration every time I use it. So I don't know how to feel about it. Anyways, so yeah, like I was saying, when you level up the morsels and get them to evolve and then retire, you get an orb that orbits you. And let's say you retire 3 Gumsels, you'll have 3 little balls that orbit you, and every time you use a special, it'll make 3 bubbles around you, no matter what character you are. So that's really good. We get a shop with some good items: a leaf soul upgrade, homing, Hogsel, and trash ring. So the Hogsel one's really good because every time you pick up XP, it extends its tail back. That one's so good. But the trash litter one I had to pay for, which is an investment, but it's worth it. It makes more trash appear around the map, and you know there's stuff in the trash like XP and cheese, so we want that. We're gonna go with Troomsel probably, yeah. I wanna like Widzel more. The problem is his range is horrendous, and this game does not do anyone with short range favors. That's why Smugzel and Winzel are unfortunately low tier in my opinion. But I'll do a tier list in a different video. There's a heart there. Grab that. This little mini game with the banana peels is annoying because they always go just out of range of Gumsel's shot. But we finish it and we get the free fuzzy. Alright. Clear the ladder. Ooh. Hebzel spawns grit when it collides. I don't even know what that means. Ooh, and a deviled leaf soul. I'm gonna get it just because I want the fuzzy. I get it. I get him. I don't care what they are, deviled or not. Ooh, and we get a cure. Oh, I remember this part. Oh, yes. What an unfortunate sequence where I get a deviled lethal. Yeah, right there. I'm just flabbergasted. Again, this was pre-recorded. Deviled, I get a cure, and then he just dies. And it is what it is. I move on. We actually get a crazy good bric-a-brac. Ninja Star daisies. That's so good. Because daisies do like 1 damage per hit. And they're just everywhere. When you get a lot. So remember that map you get in the little island on part 2? That X is right there. That's what you're looking for. But we don't need it for this run. Because I'm just trying to do a complete run. Just no secrets is really important. We get that favor thanks to Hogsel, that utility, guys. I'm talking about that utility. And here's a fountain. I could have also cured that Deviled Leaves with it if he didn't have the pill, and also if he wasn't dead. Anyway. This is a dangerous stage right here. I'm getting nervous, it looks like. Look, yeah, it looks like I just want to get out of here. I'm not feeling confident. I'm worried that my Gumsel will die, and all I have left is a depleting Hogsel. I don't understand this golf hole. I do apologize. I really want to know how it works. If someone knows in the comments, let me know. I'm trying to get the snail into it. I believe I get it over it. Yeah, but it's like it doesn't do anything. Yeah, so I just move on. Ooh, I think I could get that with Hogsel. I don't know if I do. Hopefully I did. Yes. See? Hogsel, man. I'm telling you. Hogsel. Alright, this is a whatever little level. Get the egg. Just because why not? I could get the heart for Gumsel, but, I don't know. I'm confident I'll be okay. So we are now at the third boss. The Baron Tab. Backwoods cat. And he takes the form of the leaf. Flower, sorry. This one's a little tricky. You really do have to be on your toes just for how much is on the screen. If I remember correctly, I did pretty good. I mean, I got Gumsel, so it's not too bad. I believe I could just whip out Hogsel and eat a lot of his vines and also do damage to him. By the way, Hogsel is a boss eater. Like, even base Hogsel is really good to just take down a boss. But I didn't really want to cheese it. I wanted to like show the fight for how it is. Because you're not always going to have Hogsel. So, all morsels are slimed. I believe that makes you slow. I skip it. By the way, you can do the curse and find a fountain to remove the curse and keep the benefit. So yes, you can get all 4 curses and their benefits without the curse if you find the fountain. But you have to hope you find the fountain in time. For example, if I had just taken the one right there where they're faded, but they have a limited time, I would have had a cloud that said like 50 seconds left. And I can't guarantee I'm going to find the fountain soon enough to get rid of the curse. So I'm going to start losing morsels. So I chose not to do it. Heaven's a little tricky. In the clouds, you have to dodge a lot to get across the gaps. I fell a lot my first few times. So if you do, don't feel bad. That's how it's going to be. I'm really using Smugsel right now just to keep everyone else safe. Yeah, there we go. Just to expend him. I unfortunately don't get the daisy there because Hogsel just eats it and turns it into Rambo Rage. Whatever. Just use it. Yep. I feel like I'm panicking here. Yep. And I lose Gumsel. Fortunately, I'm about to get another card, so it's not the worst thing. Ooh. What do I pick up? I don't remember. Pebzel? No, Leafsel. Okay. Alright. That's a smart choice because I can at least guarantee I can attack. Pebzel, he's more utility. Leafsel, I could defend myself. I could actually attack and dodge. And, in case we forgot, I have the leaf upgrade. So it makes it very, very nice. I also did have the Pebzel thing, but, you know, we're going to go with Leafsel anyway. I also have the Hogsel upgrade, which is very nice. Lucky us. So again, I don't know how those little holes work. I have tried to put a snail in it. It just doesn't happen. I don't know. Someone let me know. Anyways, the ladder guards or the devils get more aggressive. Just take care of him. Don't forget about the hand offer. Oh yeah, here. Yeah. But see, it has a propeller, so I don't know if it's flying. I don't know. Anyway, I go with more speed. Hey, some free birds. We take those. They're basically just sentries. Some shoot, some don't. That was a very bad mistake on my part. That ring attack is actually a lot more easy to dodge than it looks. Or just not get hit by, you know. This, I'm so sorry. I have no idea what this is for. I've done both options and I've gotten nothing out of either. They just, I don't know. If someone knows, again, let me know. This game is very ambiguous. There's a lot I've figured out and learned, but there's still a lot I don't know. Alright. Examine my surroundings. Hop over to the cloud. Cloud's an M. That's cute. Alright, another card and Daisy. I might bring out Hogsel for this. Nope. I beam it up. With the kitty drone, by the way, that's mine. Alright, quick work. Kinda. Ooh. And I get Smugsle. More birds, we take those. And the monkey, I'm not that tempted. I have 5 favors. I'm almost done with this run. I don't want to blow it for a resource that I don't even need. Get those devils out the way. Make sure I get the hand offer. Make that cheese. I fall here and I don't think I attempt it again. No hearts, unfortunately. Which, again, that's what deters me. And maybe I just move on. Yep. Make it to Grandma. Lovely Grandma. Give us some nice heals. And we are on the last stage of a normal unaltered path secret run. Unsecreted run. Or whatever. You get what I'm saying. We didn't do anything that special except go through the lab and just show what a cosmic shard looks like. Which, by the way, if you haven't noticed by now, it does show on the top left under our favorite count. That stupid wizard. I hesitate because I'm not sure if I have someone ready to evolve. I don't, so I just trade out Smugsle anyway, because again, I always prioritize, I want those fuzzies. I don't care if they're deviled or what, I want the fuzzies that is dropped by a card every time you pick up a card. Let them be free. Alright, so I have this guy out because not only does he suck, but I just don't want to risk anyone else as I roam. More birds, fountain that I don't even need. Yeah, I think we're about done here. I don't really think I'm gonna find anything else. Now we just need to get to the ladder. Where is it at? I already went that way. No? There we go. Get that critical. We are now at 5. My damage is looking good. So that cat is for another secret path. You want to kill it before it goes away. Then I'll drop the ladder. But we don't really need to do all that. Here we are at the last intermission. Oh, there's a ghost tape. We get a 50-50 because that if one of our guys dies, there's a 50 chance that we get it back. So it's definitely the better of the two. The ghost tape will turn a morsel into the ghost morsel once it dies. So here we are, Baron Pink, the last boss of a normal run. And I do believe I make quick work of this guy because I have Leafsel. Or maybe it's a challenge, I don't quite remember. Anyways, if I haven't said already, that guy sucks, and I'm upset that I didn't realize I was gonna waste it on him. Whatever, it didn't even work. And as you can see, I was upset, so I busted out Hogsel just to show how busted he is. That's why you want to keep a Hogsel. So there it is. That is a Cheese Nightmare run. Not perfect, but beaten. And like I said already, this is nearly like now Cheese Nightmare 2. Anyway, there you have it. I hope you guys learned something. And yeah, just keep playing.